Pregame.com.
Saturday college football, we have Texas A&M at Louisiana Tech. It's at Shreveport, which is a little bit of a neutral site, but still a Louisiana Tech crowd will be in attendance for that game. This is going to be my video best bet. I really like this game. I think this came up a very poor scheduling situation for Texas A&M. They were originally scheduled to play this game to open the season. Hurricane Isaac moved this. Well, the move resulted in Texas A&M last week playing on the road at Mississippi. A tough game. They won a tough one. Next week, they play at LSU. There's a little bit of a sandwich game. Louisiana Tech, a lot of real tough kids playing some very good football. They're undefeated at this point, getting 8 points. I'm going to be on Louisiana Tech.
I got to agree there. The only thing that scared me, and I wanted your view being from the bookmaker side of it, line open 6, it's up to 8. I made my true line somewhere around Texas A&M 3. So
I made it 4.
I'm saying, what did I miss? I looked, is there an injury? What am I missing? Is it public money? Is it the anticipation of it? Is it sharp money? Are they setting something up? What's your feel why the line would move up? Because I know you said you waited and you took the best of it.
Well, I took 8. I just didn't want to risk it going any higher. I think there's, I don't want to call it a fallacy because really it's true. The SEC is so much stronger than a lot of these other conferences. And take Louisiana Tech coming out of the WAC. You know, that's certainly one of the worst of the board conferences, but I think that's weighed too heavily in people's power ratings. I think Louisiana Tech is very legit. Chuck Edel, your thoughts on this game?
I'll say this A&M, this team, they've taken a lot of money every game they played. Last week, I think they moved 3-4 points on them. So somebody's in love with this A&M team. It didn't work out too well last week as they barely beat Mississippi. They turned the ball over 6 times in the game, but they still were able to come back and win. But I agree with you as far as the spot goes. You can't get a better spot. This is Louisiana Tech. They're on national TV. They're getting to play SEC school. I mean, how much bigger does it get for Louisiana Tech here? A&M, they got a big game the following week, an SEC game against LSU. The only nervous thing that I get their schedule here, Louisiana Tech, the teams that they've played this year, Houston, Rice, Illinois, Virginia, UNLV, those teams combined for an 8-21 record. That's the only part. Is this Louisiana Tech team for real? We'll find out, I guess, when they play A&M.
I've spent most of my life in Reno, and Nevada has played Louisiana Tech the last couple of years. So I've seen this team come into Nevada. And I also know what makes up this team. You're talking about Louisiana kids who mostly were not recruited by SEC schools. Okay,
they got a chip on their shoulder.
They got a chip on their shoulder. They're tough kids. They breed a lot of tough football players down there. Now here's a team, Texas A&M, that they see as interlopers. They've come in and now they've been invited into the SEC. These kids, probably from the time they were playing Pop Warner, wanted to play themselves in the SEC. Now here's this team coming in.
Great point.
I think this is a great spot for Louisiana Tech, and I'm looking down here. They do have a weak schedule, Chuck. There's no question. That's a very legit point.
But you can only play who's in front of you.
Exactly. Listen, they got one game where they scored less than 50 points.
That's
that was against Virginia. They still put up 44.
You see this line, though, maybe climbing higher? Once the betting public gets involved, I don't think they're going to be jumping on Louisiana Tech like you did. And won't the sportsbooks be forced to possibly protect themselves from teasers? Because this looks like it's got teaser written all over. Texas A&M simply to get past Louisiana Tech?
Boy, I wish I was booking this because I'd love to book teasers on this. I think Louisiana Tech has a great shot of beating them out.
To pull the upset. I agree with you.
I've already took the 8. I'll probably throw a little bit on the money line.
You have to. You got to. We talked about that on the radio, me and you, how you have to, if you're going to bet a dog, I don't care what number you're getting, got to sprinkle a little something on it because you're not hoping, but you're handicapping a team to show up and win, not just to cover a number.
Well, if you think there's value, then
of course
there's value in a multiple of ways. Chuck?
Another interesting angle in this game, the A&M new coach, Kevin Sumlin, he's very familiar with Louisiana Tech. Obviously, he coached Houston, one of their biggest rivals. So I don't know who does that give the advantage to. Louisiana Tech also knows his offense. So, you got an advantage on both sides there.
I think Texas A&M has been overbet all year.
Overvalued coming into the season based on what they lost.
I really believe that.
Yeah, anyway, great points.
We've talked about it. Let's make it official. I'm going with Louisiana Tech over Texas A&M +8 for my best video bet of the week. I think you have a very strong offense in Louisiana Tech. I think you got Southern kids, Louisiana kids with a big chip on their shoulders. They really want to show a new SEC team that they individually, they belong up with the big boys. I like them.
I love that angle. And being that you know the Nevada team so well, so you saw these kids coming in there and playing, to know that, I had no idea coming in that they had that kind of chip on their shoulders. So I'm sold there. I already like them.
Listen,
but
I saw
great point.
I'd go to the games and I'd see them. I mean, they were just, you can see they're tough kids. You can just, sometimes you just look and you can tell.
You always want the team with the chip on their shoulder. I mean,
especially getting points.
Yeah, exactly.
Rest assured.
Okay, well, you can see all our videos at pregame.tv. Coming up next, we're going to get Chuck Edel's best bet of the week.